fucking dare you?
Damn, son.
Hey guys, Snarky Priest here. So Ol Sugar Hooves Sarault came out with a weird 18-minute video with random nonsense, pointless epiphanies, and you know I have a few things to say about it. But before we get into today's sliding door discoveries, if you like today's video, hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing to my channel. Also remember to hit that bell notification so you can be a part of all the fun fuckery and snarky good times we're going to have. Alright, so Foodles McRepetition gave us Lonely Losers, an 18-minute video that truly makes us question everything we know. I'm just kidding. It's the same nonsensical bullshit she always says, but this time she means it. So she starts off the video by showing us some of her meals, and I don't want to talk about how it makes me feel. Like, seriously, it was painful. You see, Salah spreads his nutsack all over her halawa for 21 seconds too long, and now I need a therapist. However, without one in sight, I pressed on. She shows us her weigh-in, and man, I already want to quit this fucking video. Does anyone else wish we could go back to the days when she would tell us her weight was none of our business? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, we don't believe you. We don't believe your scale is correct, so what's the fucking point? Now, that's right. It helps you drag out the video, so I guess we'll all just have to suffer. She then goes on to explain her blood testers, dates, and time settings, but thankfully I was able to nope my way to the fast forward button to bypass the lame oats and moldy nuts and light speed my way through the chicken and beans, and my efforts were rewarded when I landed on her monochromatic face. She chose a very yellow hijab that was gifted to her by Salah's imaginary friends, and man, does it compliment her teeth. She says these mythical man-mates came down from Bahrain, and holy shit, someone get this bitch a map. Bahrain is below Kuwait, and therefore they would have come up. Geography. I mean, am I right? Moving on to the low-protein, high-bullshit portion of this video, she lets us know that she has not been feeling too good, and welp, that's not a shocker. You see, you have let us know in every video you have done over the past week that you are in fact not feeling well. And all I can say is, no shit. You have uncontrolled diabetes, severe non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, extremely high levels of protein in your kidneys, and in a large heart. I would be more surprised if you didn't feel like shit. Hell, I feel like shit just thinking about all of your avoidable health issues. Facts are, you chose to eat like this. You chose to run your mouth with false claims of curing your beatus while eating 50 lakma and double-fisting fluff-covered candy bars. In fact, you were so certain you bragged about it, joked about it, and started blocking your concerned viewers that were worried about you, calling them morons. Who's the dummy now? She talks about the medicine and how it's starting to give her tummy issues because shitting herself is not private, but her marriage license is. Okay, moving on. She says her sleeping is still an issue for her and says, you know, because of my insomnia. And I don't think you know what that word means. You have stated repeatedly that if you don't get at least 8 to 9 hours of rest, you become grumpy. So tell me, which is it? Do you need 8 to 9 hours of sleep, or do you have insomnia? Because honestly, you can't have both. She also tries to further push that Salah sleeps in the bed with her by saying that she is such a light sleeper that if her big husky man rolls over, it wakes her up. And comically, all I have to say is, what the fucking fuck? Who wants to tell her? Like, seriously, ma'am, stop. You and he may sleep in the same bed, but I guarantee you it's not at the same time. Nope, no fucking way. Let's do the math. Firstly, No, it's not just because you're morbidly obese. No, you see, Sister Sally is 6 foot, no one cares, and I can assure you, his feet hang off the bed. A queen-size bed is 80 inches long by 60 inches wide. So someone who is 6'2" is 74 inches. So unless he sleeps like Lurch, he would need to bend a little, not to mention his shoulder width. So let's say, for giggles, he needs about 3 foot of bed space. That's 36 inches. Okay, so you, little miss, I'm an apple shape, are 5'2", which is 62 inches long. And oddly enough, that is also how round you are. Do you see where this is going? Okay, so now that we're all under the same top sheet, the thought of you feeling him move around would be non-existent. Because if by some miracle you two could fit in the bed at the same time, he would literally have no room to move. So I guess it really is because you're fat. And no, I don't think that's why you don't bounce like, wow, wow. I know there are loads of fatties having real love and great sex, and frankly, even if I thought you had done the naughty mattress combo number 5, I don't care. I don't want to think about it. In fact, I never even want to say that again. Spoiler, it took way too many takes to get this out, so I in fact had to say it more than once. She did manage to convince me of one thing. She's been doing her research because she made sure that we all knew that she's got the beatus by telling us way too much information. I genuinely didn't need to know how many times you pee at night. In fact, I would prefer you not be so open about it. Remember, I'm 100% not interested in your nighty-nighty tinkles or your bedroom no-nos, and I kindly ask you never to mention it again. We all know the truth, and that's all that matters. Painful realizations aside, I think we can all agree that therapy is needed, to help us cleanse our minds of tonight's tragic moments. But sadly, we have more to come. So put on your listening ears and let your judgments run wild, because she lets us know that she has been quite melancholy lately, over the loss of her grandmother, and that she often wonders what would her grandmother think of her new life, because that old Grams of hers was the jealous type and didn't like her grand cutie dating, and that she probably wouldn't have because she was a person to see the red flags. And I feel that's an oddly specific thing to say, but she quickly tries to recover and says that if Gam Gam saw how well she was being taken care of by Salah, she would love him. I'm gonna play the clip because the pause is just so awkward. It is like she has a moment of clarity.
And I wonder what she would think now, like how she would be. She didn't like me dating anyone, like really, until it was like, she just always thought everyone was red flags. And she just really
I don't know, it just seems oddly close to home to me. She brutally fails to try and cover it up by saying, I know that she would be freaked out that I'm here in the Middle East, reasserting again that her Grams would not have approved. But in fine foodie fashion, she rolls right over that too and goes on to praise Kuwait's healthcare system and how safe she feels, especially as a Muslim, and that as a death-fat white Canadian lady, she feels threatened by Muslim hate crimes. Look, I'm not saying Muslim hate crimes aren't happening. There are, I'm sure, and based on the news, there seems to be an issue. What I am saying is that you, Sugar Hooves, have never experienced it. That white privilege you claim to hate is starting to show through because you were actually appropriating real emotions, from people that have experienced it. People that were born into the faith, raised into the faith, people who cherish and love the faith, people who have been Muslim their whole life. You, little miss pick and choose your own religious rules adventures, is claiming that she wouldn't feel safe even though she has never experienced racial or religious bias in her life. It's disgusting, and frankly, I can absolutely believe you said it. I just hate that you did. You will literally take any victim card you can get your chubby Canadian cheese mitts on. And the sad thing is, you lie so much, no one knows what's real and what's fake. So you're kind of like Schrodinger's cat at this point. You are both dumb and stupid at the same time. Okay, moving on to something that pisses me off a little less, but only just a little, because Foodles, the crying clown, then goes on to reminisce about her beloved Grams and her vital role she played in her life. She mentions all the wonderful memories she has grocery shopping with her Grams and the wonderful last few months of her life when Foodles was running back and forth to Crack Daddy's house, hitting that dirty 304 mattress on the floor, and how she would give anything to be back shopping in Ontario with her Grams, which made me pause and ask, anything? She in fact misses her Granny Grams so much that it makes her question if she would have even moved there at all. Which is odd, seeing as the very night her beloved Gams passed away, she was high as butts on livestream.
I have a heaviness in my heart now. That wasn't there before. Thank you for joining. Okay, I have a question. Do you think I will make any money on OnlyFans if I show my vagina?
If I show my vagina?
She goes on to ramble about how death is so surreal and how it makes her question her mortality. And yeah, no shit, you're just now realizing that? I mean, you've been destroying yourself for years and been so proud to do so. As long as you got to one-up us reaction channels, you really showed us, didn't you? She goes on to sing a creepy song.
Do you realize that everyone that you love is gonna die someday?
Y'all, she says a little more about nothing at all, but now that I have to go look under my bed, I'm gonna call it quits. As always, thanks for watching. Stay snarky. Hey, Shugs, how about you stop trying to convince everyone you're happy? Seriously, no one cares. If you're happy, great. Unlikely, swell. Doubtful, for sure. But really, no one cares. It's honestly tragic how much wasted time you put into caring about what others think. I mean, look at old Nasty Nuts and Frigidum-Dum with their 15 viewers. They know they're losers, but they're out here every night, cooking crap and dressing like me for content. I mean, can you imagine? Oh well, I guess that's all they have. Hey, Frigidum-Dum, you out there stalking my chat? Good for you trying to stir up some drama. Better luck next time. Oh, and tell your widow fella, Snarky says fuck off.